Secret Service on high alert after shocking second phone call Trump just woke up to. A Detroit man made a huge mistake for what he planned to do to Donald Trump in his plot to assassinate the President of the United States. On top of being extremely violent in his plans, the man who was also being very racist, and what he said will send chills down your spine. The truck driver, James Anthony Jackson, repeatedly called the Secret Service and issued racist threats of blowing white brains out of Trump's head. Jackson remains in custody and is being held without bond. He's denying the events took place and will argue to be released, according to Detroit News. Jackson is in custody in Washington state after being arrested in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. The federal court in Idaho does not schedule hearings every day, so Jackson was arraigned Tuesday in nearby Spokane, Wash. He is being held without bond pending a hearing Friday in federal court in Spokane, Washington. His court-appointed lawyer, Jay McIntyre, could not be reached to comment immediately Tuesday. He denies the allegation and plans to argue for his release Friday, said John B. McIntyre IV, his federal defender. Jackson made several phone calls that escalated into threatening behavior, according to the complaint. The Secret Service office in Chicago appears to have detailed complaints with a transcribed copy of what Jackson allegedly said in a racist and violent verbal assault on President Trump. The tirade included a racist term regarding the color of Trump's skin, and that should potentially escalate this threat to the level of a hate crime on top of a threat to assassinate a president. Neither hate crimes nor threats to assassinate a president should be tolerated, and the purveyors of said crime should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Anyone who is willing to threaten the president with racial undertones will have no problem being racist and violent towards regular civilians. Jackson should be sentenced approximately by a judge from October 12th to the 13th. Jackson repeatedly called the Secret Service field office in Chicago. Special Agent Matthew Laravire, or whatever, wrote in the complaint, "Better watch Donald Trump, but yeah, oh God." Jackson said, according to records, vulgarities. "You'll think someone playing with yo..." Oh God, "I'm going to blow white brains out his explicative head." Well, that's a very colorful language. It appears Jackson was making his real number, according to the masking his real number, according to the agent. On October 18th, Jackson made more phone calls to the Secret Service field office in Detroit, the agents wrote. "With y'all messing with my wires," Jackson said, according to the court filing, "I'm going to blow Trump's brains out." The violent and racist threatening phone calls reportedly originated from a 616 area code. Repeatedly called a woman and threatened to cut her head off and walked around the area in front of the White House with her head on display. Well, he also allegedly threatened family members, and his sister confirmed that his voice matches the voice in the assassination threat phone calls to the president. Jackson called from a phone with, we read that, 616 area code. Okay. On Friday, investigators interviewed Jackson's uncle. Jackson had cursed and threatened relatives, the uncle said. So he's deranged, in other words. So, a life of respect, civility, hard work, and proud patriotism is all we need to get by. Threatening a president with assassination doesn't fit into a successful life story. The guy's nuts. That's basically the bottom line. And, you know, they're dragging these articles. These articles are really, you know, like they have a good headline, but they just drag the damn thing out so much you could fall asleep by the time you finish these articles. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.